Our generation, it seems to be all about fluff now.
Hi, John.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Very well, thanks.
That's good. Well, let me see. In the well, you write in front of this CD booklet. You write, you quote Nina Simone.
Yeah.
It's the job of an artist to reflect the times. What song of this album reflects these times the best? What do you think?
Well, our vision of the album was that all of these songs would reflect what's going on right now. From hard times, talking about the frustration of, you know, being disenfranchised and poor and living in a tough city, to I Can't Write Left-Handed, which talks about the plight of a wounded soldier, to other songs that are encouraging people to be active and be hopeful and be optimistic. I think all these songs reflect what's going on, and hopefully there can be some inspiration for people to do good things in the future.
And was it for you an option to write more songs yourself, maybe to write your own anti-war or
well,
song?
The original idea for this album was conceived while I was finishing an original album. So I was working on Evolver, and we were almost done with it, and it was about to come out. And so the idea of doing a whole new album of original compositions didn't occur to me, because I just finished doing an album of original compositions.
So you were a bit dried out, maybe.
Yeah. But the idea was to do a cover album that we were going to put out quickly. In fact, we were planning for it to just be a few songs that we would put out quickly around the election in 2008. But an interesting thing happened as we kept working on it. We really were excited by what we were doing and thought it should be more than a few songs, it should be a full album, and it should be released on its own time instead of being released around the same time as Evolver, which was going to understandably take up a lot of the marketing buzz and the force of the record label. So we decided to wait and finish it later. But we kept the idea intact of doing a covers album. We kept the idea intact of doing it with the roots, and we finished it this year.
Yeah, I can imagine that maybe it's for an artist. It's really maybe, well, it's nice to have a song that stands over 20 or 30 years time and still well, connects to people.
Yeah.
Do you still have plans, maybe writing your own anti-war, or maybe?
Well, I've written songs about the war before. I wrote a song called "Coming Home," which was actually about another soldier who was away from his family and wondering if he would ever get back home. And it wasn't as, I think, as direct as I Can't Write Left-Handed, but it certainly hit home with a lot of soldiers in the war. I get a lot of emails and notes from fans that say that it really got them through some of the troubles with family members who were overseas. So I've talked about these subjects before, but this is the first time I've done it all on one album, and in a really focused way.
And do you have plans maybe on doing it more on one album?
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I still like writing love songs, and my fans still like hearing me do love songs, and I'll continue to do that for sure. But I think it's certainly important for me to reflect what's going on in the larger culture, and I'll continue to do that.
No, but if you look on some artists, but for example, Marvin Gaye really made his mark with what's going on. I can imagine that for you, maybe doing one specific album can be for you really important to do.
Well, this is
no, but I mean your own song.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But then Marvin went back to making sexual healing. So I think it's not necessary that every album be about these kinds of subjects, but I certainly think it's important that we talk about what's going on in the world in our songs, and I certainly intend to do that in the future again.